Okay, welcome to Detego Media Acquisition Advanced. So as ever, we've got our Detego Analyze. I'm going to start that up. And this brings us to our normal Detego splash screen that we should all be familiar with from the other videos now. We discussed this before in a previous video. Acquire connected media is for all of my loose media, SD cards, thumbsticks, hard drives. We've got some advanced mobile phone type extraction capabilities within here as well. But that will be covered on a separate video. And if you do Celex or mobile forensics, that is extremely interesting because we integrate probably the best or certainly one of the top tier mobile phone exploitation tools into Detego. And then you're able to utilize all our advanced analytics on top of that with a few other sneaky little benefits as well. But you will see that in another video. We've already covered auto detect, which is the very easy plug and play. So if I have that turned on, we've already discussed the write blockers as well, the write blocking operations. And if I'm anywhere else and I plug any devices in, thumbsticks, hard drives, SD cards, drives removed from machines, we're going to get that auto drop down window, and it's just going to take us through that. And we can do many multiple devices all at once. But now what we're looking at is these are our slightly more advanced options. So the first one I'm going to come to is the physical disk. So you can see here connected up. I have two drives connected to my forensic laptop at the moment. I have a little USB drive and I have an SSD out of the machine. Now, I can just go in. So I'm going to go into the USB drive first. And I'm just going to say, yeah, I want to extract, It's very similar to the drop down. It gives us our main options. So logical, imaging, and carving. Might be my organization requires me to image first, then grab the logical or carve. We do not have to have the physical image to do the logical and carving. Just like in our field triage computer forensics on scene or anything like that, your Detego field gives you the ability to do that. We keep those abilities in MA for you. So in fact, I'm going to take the logical extraction, then I'm going to take the carving, and then I'm going to image. Now I could just click start. That's kind of fairly simple, and it will do that for us. But what again is unique about Detego is in here, I can now use slightly more advanced options to be specific about what I want to do. So as it extracts data from this USB stick, I want it to match across my counter-terror and my Project Vic keyword list. I want it to do hash matches against Project Vic and high value crime, for example. In this case, it's not it's just a thumbstick. So there's no offline RAM, there's no online activity, etc. But I could click these if I wanted to. It's smart enough not to feel a conflict if I do that. File carving, very similar again. I'm going to run against my known terror hash list. And I can be specific in the carving again about what types of files do I want it to look for. In this case, I'm going to ask it to go after everything because I'm greedy. And then finally, I'm going to have it run a full forensic image for me. So I'm just going to click start on that. We'll get that job going. Again, all of our cases are held in Analyze and Manage. And you can see all these are just a couple of jobs that I did in the earlier videos. You can see down the bottom here, media acquisition. This is our extraction that we're running right now. If I go into jobs, boom, a little bit quick for us. But you can see here, live time while it's extracting. There wasn't much on this, to be fair. But live time while it was extracting, it's automatically telling me if it's found keyword matches or hash matches. So even while I'm doing that, I don't have to bring that in to then run these watch lists once it's into my analytical process program. I can do it live time while it's pulling it in. So again, the same on the carving. This will turn red if it finds a hash match while it's scanning those locations, and then it will move on to image, and then it will verify that image for me in the judge. And of course, creates a full audit trail again while it's doing that. So we can do multiple things at once. I can be running a computer extraction here. I can be having all the analytics going. I can have another 5 devices being extracted and a mobile phone, for example. But I'm going to go back into my media acquisition. I'm going to turn my auto detect off for now. And I'm going to go into this SSD that we found here. But this time, it's time sensitive. So I maybe don't, let's say this was a terabyte drive out of a computer. I maybe don't want to wait a huge amount of time to, let's just finish that extraction on the other one. So I can go into this here now and I can do what's called inspect. So before I even start my extraction now, I can go in and it will show me the structure, and I will be able to break down into that structure and move to the locations that might be of interest to me. So for example here, I've selected traps, booby traps, and so on. You can see all the different ones that are held within that. And I could just choose to extract those. So now within disk inspection here, you can see already straight away it's pulled those 23 files for me. So even though I had a terabyte drive, I was able to navigate into the areas that were potentially of interest to me and very quickly pull those. Of course, nothing stops me going back into my physical disk, not using the inspect, but just using the extract as we did before, and saying, yeah, what do I want to do? Logical, image, and carve. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And start. And it'll just run off and do that for us. So I'm going to leave that running. So I've now got that first thumbstick that we did is actually completed. This one is now logical, image, and carve, and moving on. But I'm going to go back again to acquire media. Mounted drive is just very similar to the physical drive. If you can't get the physical drive, sometimes you can try a mounted drive. It works in the same piece, but we've obviously got the ones being extracted at this point. So the next one is, let's go to directory, because that's nice and easy, right? You may, for some reason, want to go out to a directory. It could be that there's a CD tray. People still use CDs. You've connected up the CD tray, you pop the CD in, navigate out to that, and you pull the data in that way. It might be that you're running stuff from your own machine and you want to be pulling stuff in off your desktop, or whatever it happens to be. There's plenty of times where you might use that directory. One that's becoming more and more utilized by our client base is the image file. So again, we tend to find people, once they get familiar with Detego and all the powerful analytics that we have within the process, and there is a lot of them, and they kind of want to start pulling in third-party cases, old image files, and see how that works. So within this, we give them the ability here to pull in an image file. And then it's just a case of navigating to where that image is. We can pull in Hancom, obviously, UFED. Our next version will have XRY in as well, and CFID. But in this case, I've got a image in here, and here one image. Just going to open that. Again, it gives me all the options, and I'm just going to run extract. I just want it to pull that image in. I'm going to ask it for the logical and the deleted, carve and the unallocated, and I've got that up and running. So again, you can see as an investigator, this can massively enhance my workflow and also the speed at which I work, right? Because I can come in, if I go to my cases now, you can already see, although we were doing 3 drives, one hard drive out of a laptop, the thumbstick, and then navigating out to the image file, by the time I've actually managed to do that, it's finished off the first job that it started and it's moving on to the other 2 jobs for me. And again, I can just see nice and easy where they're at, each of them here, and where they're at in their job queue, the logical data, the image when it comes to that, and so on and so forth. So that is a quick look at the advanced features in media acquisition. Again, a mobile phone type section will be covered in a separate video. And the other piece that we'll also look at is taking it another step further in what we call job queues. So if I go to my extract here, some of you will have noticed the advanced button down the bottom. If I click on the advanced button, what it does is it gives me a window that's similar to what we call job queues. So I've now got my logical, my imaging, and my carving. I can put these in any order I want for how my organization or how I like to investigate. I can add other parts in. And then I can start looking at my processes. So all these analytical processes that take a lot of time and individual effort, you can just start porting across and have them run in sequence. Really, really good. But that is another video. So just a little teaser there for you to look to the job queue video, especially if you work in a lab and have big backlogs. So thanks very much for your time. Let's just complete that other one, and I will see you on the next Detego video.